Zacks Rank Buys, stocks with a short-term buy or strong buy recommendation. Now, here are more Zacks Rank Buys. This growth and income stock discussion will take a particular focus on big retail with Rob Plaza, our growth and income stock strategist at Zacks.com. Okay, I'll bite. Why the focus on big retail?
Big retail. Well, we've got an improving economy. That's the way it's been going. And then most recently, we've seen jobs start to improve. With more jobs, people have more money. More money, you have more confidence. And now you're willing to spend a little bit more of that. And these big retailers that we're looking at have no exposure, well, most retailers in general have no exposure to all the problems that are going on in Europe. So big institutional investors have no problem with that. That's something that they're actually starting to stay away from.
None of them have exposure in that part of the world? The big retailers?
Well, I mean, they have a handful, but primarily, like one of the stocks we're going to talk about today, Target, has no stores outside the U.S. So, I mean, they're primarily just focused on the U.S. consumer.
Okay.
And then a third reason is that the big box retailers are still in a position of strength, balance sheet-wise, a lot of cash, the manageable debt or even no debt in some cases, and that gives them the opportunity to continue to open stores or take share. They have pricing power over weaker competitors. So it's really kind of a good spot for a big retailer to be in right now.
Okay, so which one, you've got two here that we're going to talk about. Which one are we starting with first?
Home Depot.
Okay, ticker symbol HD.
Yeah, and Home Depot, it's got really good growth and income metrics. Long-term EPS growth is expected to be 15%, and it pays a 2.8% dividend yield. The company just reported earnings, excuse me, earlier this month. First quarter sales were up 4% year over year, not so bad, and their earnings beat by 4 cents, 45 cents a share versus 40, and the management upped its guidance for the rest of the year. So they might not be able to go out and buy new houses, but they're willing to invest a little bit more in the houses that they're living in.
Fix up their own where they're at right now. Okay, makes sense. And then you did mention the other one, Target Corporation, TGT, the ticker symbol.
Yeah, Target, its growth and income metrics, 13.1% long-term earnings growth with a 1.3% dividend yield. So things are looking good there. They're benefiting kind of when you see Walmart stop being the place that everybody wants to go. Your next step up would be Target. A little bit nicer apparel merchandise, a step up in a lot of the consumer products that they sell, and it's just a better overall shopping experience. They also recently reported, and sales were up 5.1% year over year, and comps were up 2.8%, so that was a positive. And then EPS also beat. Target also, they didn't up their guidance, but they don't really give specific guidance. They just said that the current estimates look reasonable. And analysts took that as a positive sign and then lifted their estimates for the rest of the year.
So if you had to put a gauge on this trend as far as retail is concerned, at this point in time that we're at in the recovery, would you say that this is sustainable going through the end of this year?
The growth in earnings?
Some of the big retail, yeah.
Absolutely, because the growth that they've had hasn't been all that exciting, really, on the top line. Most of it's been through cost cuts, consumers coming off, consumers stopped shopping at this point last year, so then they just returned and started spending a little bit more. Now, in terms of the stock prices, you may not see the 50, 60, 70% gains that you've seen in the last year, but you should still be able to beat the market with big retail, in my opinion.
And as you and I have talked before, retail stocks can go one way, and the actual retail sales activity can go in a different direction. One doesn't necessarily follow in lockstep with the other.
Right. It's an expectations game. How soon will the Fed start to raise interest rates? How strong will the economy be going forward? It's really retailers the retail stocks are going to be out ahead of where the actual results are.
Okay, do you own either of these two?
No, I don't.
All right, if you want to check out more Zacks Rank Buy stock pick ideas, go to our homepage at Zacks.com and look over in the upper right-hand corner. We put 4 new stock pick ideas up there for you daily, one in each of the investing categories written about on Zacks.com, Rob's category, growth and income included. With Rob Plaza, I'm Terry Ruffalo.